Yeah, the start of the season. I mean, yeah, I raced in end of January in Castellón, where I started also my season last year. Yeah, obviously didn't win it like last year, so it wasn't the dream start like we had last year. But yeah, I think other than that, everything's gone really well to plan. I got through Paris-Nice, which was a goal of mine to get through Paris-Nice without getting sick and without any injuries. And yeah, everything is falling into place. I think I was able to help out my teammates there with Max Walscheid in the sprints and Ben O'Connor going for the GC. Obviously, it didn't work out, unfortunately, but it wasn't through lack of teamwork and good teamwork what we did. It just the result wasn't there, so it's a bit unfortunate. But yeah, I think I can say for myself personally, I'm better than where I was last year. So that's definitely a positive um, feeling going into a race that I really love and really target every year.
What is it about Milan-San Remo that you really love? Because you're obviously very good at it. What's the draw card for you there?
Honestly, I think it suits me really well this race. A long race and a very hard final, which normally comes down to a very reduced sprint. So I'm naturally quite good at long races, which suits my characteristics really well. And I mean, just racing in Italy, being amongst the Italian fans and riding from Milan to San Remo, it just has a special place in my heart. And also finishing, I think, within 30 kilometers of where I currently live in Monaco. It's very special, and I think just hitting those Cipressa Poggio climbs after 260 kilometers, it's really man on man, and you really get to see guys really suffering and yeah, giving it all to make sure they can get over those two key climbs, and whatever they have left in the finish is will be the result. But I think that's what's keeps drawing me back is that feeling that anything could possibly happen in this race. It's not normally a given what is going to happen in this race. It's always up in the air and it's always exciting, which keeps drawing me back.
You were saying about the whole kind of man on man aspect of it after all that, huge distance. Is Milan San Remo, is it perhaps out of all the races in the calendar, it's the one where you kind of really get to experience that kind of visceral one-on-one thing where you can sort of look in someone's eyes and sort of see what they're feeling like going into that final.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of the other races is a lot about positioning all day, making sure you're in position, having a good, strong team around you to support you all through the race. Where Milan-San Remo really comes down to basically one climb, to be honest, and then you can really see guys' legs, how they're actually feeling, and what power they have left in their body to either attack on that climb or play their cards to wait for the sprint. So yeah, it's definitely a different classic to the rest of the classics we have all year, which yeah, I think it suits me quite well. Just really one hard effort, and then yeah, normally quite a reduced or breakaway solo rider in the finish, which yeah, you never know what is really going to happen. So it keeps it exciting.
Like living so nearby to the finish there, as you mentioned, is have you been kind of practicing on those climbs, riding out those climbs throughout the winter? I imagine you probably do every winter actually, but yeah, it seems like it's quite a handy place to do a recon.
Yeah, I would say this year I've done it much more than I would have in the past. I did in the past, sorry. I think in the past I did it maybe once just before the race, and then didn't really go back. But this year, I think after last year, how it went and losing by what was it, a tire width or something, it gave me extra motivation to really maybe put a bit more time into the recon, making sure I know every piece of the road, which I sort of did before, but not to the amount of detail that I do now, let's say. I think in the winter I did it, yeah, between 20 or 30 times now, this recon, and I've sort of understood how to get to San Remo and back without getting in trouble with too many cars, because it's yeah, once you cross the border into Italy, it can get a little bit crazy with cars and a little bit unsafe. So I found a nice ride down the footpath, which can get me to San Remo now, nice and safe, and then yeah, jump onto the climbs and have a great time. So yeah, that opened up much more recon and yeah, much more knowledge of yeah, what could potentially happen on the climbs in the race. Just looking at all different aspects that could get thrown at me on the weekend.
Yeah, thanks.
Hi, Michael. It's Rachel from Rula magazine. You spoke about how this race is so unpredictable, and obviously last year your good friend Tadej Pogacar was third place behind you, and he's another big favourite for this race. How do you rate his chances? Like, do you think he can win? And I know this is probably a hard question to answer, but if you were him, how would you be trying to win?
Yeah, it's a hard question. I don't want to give him my ideas of what I think he should do, but yeah, I mean, every race Tadej goes to, he's normally the biggest favorite, and I think to be honest, this is probably one of the hardest races for him to win, as it's not as probably selective early on in the race that he would like personally. I think normally in this race, a lot of fast guys do get to the finish just because of the characteristics of the course. But yeah, if I had to say something to him, it's up to his team to make it as hard as possible for the rest of us to get to the finish. How exactly they do that, it's been tried multiple different ways in the past. I think with Alaphilippe and Quickstep, they went really easy on Cipressa and then went full gas on Poggio. So there is a few different ways. You can, yeah, make it more to your liking, especially for Tadej and his style of riding. I honestly think they just need to go as hard as possible, as early as possible, and just keep going. Like he showed in, what was it, Strade Bianche this year and last year, the best way they can make it a small bunch and a very hard finish is just to make it hard early, which it doesn't really suit this course, the San Remo course, but they don't really have much other choice, to be honest.
Have you noticed that it's changing kind of the way San Remo is being raced from all of the times you've done it? Has there been any kind of key changes or shifts over the years?
Yeah, it's changed massively. I think when I first did it in 2011 or 2012, when I was riding for Oscar Freire when I was in Rabobank, yeah, it was known as the sprint race, basically. All the sprinters would get over the climb and it'd be a big bunch sprint for the first few years of my professional career anyway. And then, yeah, obviously more climbers saw that the climb is actually quite solid. And if you really want to make it really hard, it is possible. So it has changed in multiple different ways. I think really depending on who the favorite is of the race, it can change to their characteristics of how they want the race ridden. Let's say, like I said before, with Alaphilippe, when he won the quick step, made it really easy on Cipressa and then really hard on Poggio, for example. So yeah, it comes down to, I think, a lot who the favorite is on the day and who has the strongest team to ride their race that they want. And I think I've seen the race being ridden in way too many different ways to understand what's going to happen this year. So I think, yeah, that's what makes the race exciting. Also, it's evolved, but it's still the same race, basically. I think there was one year where also they added an extra climb before the Cipressa, I think when Matthew Goss won, which totally changed it again. So I was also a part of that, which it was quite interesting. Maybe they could try that for the future, add an extra climb before Cipressa if they really want to make it more of a climbers race for Tadej, let's say.
And just final question from me. Obviously, this is the first year we're seeing the women's edition of Milan-San Remo as well. Their race is only 160k. I'm just interested from your perspective, how much do you think that extra distance makes a difference? Like, say the men's race was like, the finale came after 3 hours rather than 5. Like, do you think that actually makes much of a difference from your side?
Well, I mean, it's double the distance. So for us, it's basically double. So obviously, yeah, it does make a big difference. I think it suits a totally different style of rider, let's say, than 160k race. I think, like you saw on the weekend with 130k race around Nice, there was no breakaway for the men. For example, just if you shorten the race like that, it's on the whole day. Whereas if it's 280K, yeah, you have a breakaway and you have the normal situation of a bike race. But for the women, where do they actually start? Do they start in Genoa or? Okay, so they start somewhere along the coast and then head. Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. It's a great start for them. I think I don't think they need to do 300K like us, for example. But yeah, I think in the future, if they keep going with the Milan-San Remo, I think they should try and head more towards Milan. I don't know how far, but I think for one race of the women's calendar, it would be interesting to see how far they can stretch the distance. And if it does change the racing, I think we won't know unless they try, unless they get the option to try, and then we can answer that question better. But I think it will change the race. How exactly, I don't really know, but it would be interesting to see this year how it goes, and then maybe make it a bit longer and see how it goes next year.
Cool. Thank you.
No worries.
Hi, Michael. First of all, thank you for your time. You have a very special friendship with Tadej Pogacar. So I'd like to know if and how your friendship with Tadej is affecting you both as a rider and as a cyclist. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I think when I look back to when we actually met, it was actually Neil Stevens, the brother of my coach, sent me a message saying, this young kid is coming to Monaco. Are you able to show him around a little bit in Monaco? I think it was 2019 or 2020. And yeah, I think when we first met up for a ride and when training together, we sort of, yeah, there was obviously a click that we both really enjoyed. And from there, yeah, I think our relationship, it's gotten stronger. But yeah, on the bike, when we're racing, obviously we talk during the race, but when it comes down to the finals, there's no love lost. We need to race each other. There's no helping each other or anything. It's we can turn our brains off and just race for our teams and race for ourselves, which is our job. And I think that's quite special in a relationship with within the peloton. You don't see this so often with guys that can really be good friends off the bike, but really push each other in the race to be better, and not necessarily it be a negative thing. It can be a positive thing for both of us, and we can both improve from it. So I think it's all positives, which is great. I think we need more of this in sport. I think it's getting quite individual these days, and a lot of, yeah, let's say not so much respect for each other in the peloton, but yeah, hopefully we can bring that respect back into peloton, and everyone can not necessarily be nice to each other, but yeah, race with a bit more respect, and yeah, have more fun like we all used to when we started the sport. And that's why we do it, because we enjoy it and we love it. So I think yeah, it's all positives.
Who's next? Anybody have more questions?
Yeah. Thank you for your time, Michael. So we spoke a bit about Tadej Pogacar, but let's talk about you. So in 11 participation, you finished 6 times in the top 10 and 3 times on the podium. Also last year you were second. What is missing for you to finally win this race?
Oh, yeah. If I knew that answer, I would have won it already. But no, I mean, I think it's like I said, it's one of those races. It's really like a lottery. Yeah, after such a long race, you're on the bike for 6+ hours. Any little decision is a big one, and you can pay for it or it can work out. So yeah, unfortunately, I haven't been able to make the perfect decision yet in the race. I mean, last year I think I did everything right. I just got beaten by the fastest guy in the world that not many guys can beat at the moment. So I mean, I think I did everything right. I rode a great race. I'm proud of the way I rode last year. So I mean, I think I just need to keep doing my thing, and hopefully one day it pays off. And I mean, you see guys gambling, they attack in the final, but that doesn't pay off for them every year. So let's see. I think maybe I need to try something different. But that's what you have to assess in the moment, whether you have the legs to attack or to attack late in the final or to wait for the sprint. So there's really a million scenarios going through your head on the podio of what you should actually do, where you should use your energy, which wheels you should follow, who else is in the bunch, what's happened through the race. And it's like no other race, because you're so tired, you're so fatigued, and it's just been such a long day on the bike. And yeah, it's all about making the right decision in that right moment. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to make that right decision yet, but hopefully this year.
Yes, okay. And there are a lot of riders in this race who can win: Van der Poel, Pogacar, maybe also Pedersen and Ganna, who were really impressive last week. Do you consider yourself as one of the favorites this year, or do you maybe see yourself more as an outsider?
It's hard to say. I think I know myself where I'm at. I think the race, Paris-Nice, my last race, I was there to really help my teammates. Well, we had a more pure sprinter with Max Walscheid, and we had a GC guy with Ben O'Connor that we wanted to go full for that. So I didn't really get opportunity to show myself and to put myself as a favorite, let's say. So yeah, I don't think I need to put myself as a favorite, but I know where I'm at. I'm confident where I'm at, and I know what I'm capable of doing. So I think that for me is enough to get the best result possible on Saturday. I don't need people calling me a favorite or an outsider or anything. That doesn't change for me. Once I'm on the bike and racing, I know what I need to do, and I know what I can do.
Thank you, Michael.
Anybody else have any questions?
Could I jump in again and just ask about what you recall from the finish of last year's race? Was that the one where your glasses fell off, like in the sprint? Imagine that's a fair bit of power going through your body for that to happen. What are your takeaways from that finish last year?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched it multiple times. I honestly I've never had glasses fall off my face in a sprint before. So for me, this was a new experience. But yeah, I think when I was sprinting to the line, I really thought I was going to win. I think with still 25 meters to go, I was still in front. And when my glasses fell, I had that lapse of concentration for a second when I knew my glasses were falling off my face. Because your natural reaction is you want to grab something that's falling. I mean, obviously didn't grab what was falling on my face, but I lost that concentration for a second, and that's when Philipsen was able to pass me. So it's been honestly very difficult to swallow that result, knowing that with 25 meters to go, I was still in front and about to win my first monument, and especially a monument like Milan-San Remo. So yeah, I've had to work a lot to get back to try and fight for it again this year. It hasn't been an easy process. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen again this year, and I can have a more fair sprint all the way to the line without my glasses falling off, which, I don't think that's ever happened in cycling. Someone lost a monument because their glasses fell off. So let's not repeat that.
Are you going to wear elastic around your glasses this year just to make sure or something?
Yeah, I'd have to say take them off.
No, I'm not. But I think actually Skikon is giving us a new pair of glasses this year. So we're getting a new set of new Skikon glasses. I think Lucy can probably answer that question. But no, I think we're getting a new pair of glasses. So hopefully it doesn't happen.
Can I just ask one more question about the kind of team you've got around you for the race and what you'll be asking of them? And kind of, obviously you've got Luke Plapp on the team as well, who can perform pretty well on punchy climbs. What are you kind of going to be asking of your teammates, and how do you think they're going to support you?
Yeah, I think we got a good strong team. Maybe for the run into the climb, I have Patrick Gamper and guys to position over the Kappas and then into the Cipressa. And then a couple of guys with Felix Depreto, with Zana, and Mauro to get through hopefully the Cipressa and position into the Poggio, and would be great if we can have at least one of those guys up the Poggio to support me as long as they can. So I think we have a great team. I think I really probably one of the strongest teams I've had around me in a Milan-San Remo so far. So I'm really confident and happy about that the team has given me these such strong guys to be around me. I don't think Plapp is riding, if I'm correct.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at the wrong start list, but yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I think it's not really a race for Plappy. Last year he rode, and he rode last wheel pretty much the whole final, which I think he got the KOM on Cipressa, but yeah, didn't help the team much. But yeah, so having that group around me, I think, like I said before, I think it's the strongest team I've personally had to surround me in a San Remo. So I'm really happy and confident in the guys that they can do the best job possible to make the race as easy as possible for me to do my thing in the final.
Michael, hi, it's Alex from l'Equipe. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Just a question about the Cipressa. Everybody's speaking about a super fast Cipressa on Saturday. Did you do any special preparation yourself to handle that if it's very, very fast?
Yeah, I'm actually going tomorrow to do my final session. But yeah, I think over the winter I done a lot of work to make sure I'm ready for anything that gets thrown at me, let's say. I think we all know sort of what is probably going to happen with UAE, but yeah, I've done the preparation for it, and yeah, I think all going to plan. It shouldn't be a big issue for me to get over with the group and then get to Poggio. So everything going to plan, it should be okay. But yeah, we can expect a very fast Super Cipressa, that's for sure.
I've got another lighter question. Is Tadej driving you to Milano this year again, or is he fed up of you beating him on the Via Roma?
No, we have different plans this year. I'm actually going to catch the train. I think Tadej left today already to do some recon or something. So I'm going to catch the train, and yeah, the team's going to pick me up from the train station in Milan this year. So that'll be fun. Haven't caught a train to a race in a while, so that should be a nice experience. But no fairy tale story like last year where we went together and then we shared the podium. So unfortunately, not the story this year, but yeah, let's see what happens in San Remo.
Okay, Michael, last question maybe for me. You won stages on Tour de France, Vuelta, Giro. You won also on Paris-Nice. You won some World Tour Classic like in Canada. Will you say that winning a monument, and probably Milan-San Remo is a monument you're more likely to win? Will you say that winning Milan-San Remo is maybe the last big goal of your career?
Yeah, I think it's been a goal for my career, my whole career. Yeah, coming so close, it's been difficult to swallow. But yeah, I'm not going to give up until I get it. I wouldn't say it's the last goal of my career. I think I still have a lot of other big goals, like a Tour of Flanders. I think it's a big one that I really want to do well in again, like I did last year. Also, Amstel Gold is something one I still dream about to win in my career. And this year, with the finish changing back to the old school finish, I think it suits me a lot better than the finish we have now. So I think yeah, there's still a lot of goals along the way. I'm definitely not done yet. Hopefully I can continue riding another few years, and I think with the form I have at the moment, it only seems to be getting better. So hopefully I can continue my journey in cycling and tick off more goals along the way that I still dream about going to bed every night.